Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy, Dane Diddy.
Misha Says.
Bang, bang, boomerang.
Lovecraft Country, man. First off, I want to start off by saying Wakanda forever, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.
R.I.P.
Young legend, king.
Yes.
Whitey's on the moon. How did y'all feel about that name when you saw it? Because I was just like, I was tripping because I was just like, that don't say Whitey. It says, it don't say Whitey's on the moon. It says Whitey's on the moon. Because I don't think they would put Whitey's on the moon on the title.
Yes,
I thought immediately, like, this is going to be a reference to something that I don't know about, and indeed it was.
Yeah, it was a Gil Scott-Heron song, apparently. Where he's actually talking about how, like, I can't even pay my bills, but
That's
Whitey's
right.
on the moon.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like just this general idea. Like, I can't even get regular shit, but white people up on the moon already? Like, come on, can I get regular stuff?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Either
Dope
way,
song.
so the show starts off playing the damn Jefferson theme music. Now, what? Because I know me, I was in shock, especially when you
Jefferson?
consider what just happened. We're moving on up.
Yeah.
He said,
Right.
"You didn't know that was a Jefferson?
on up. Come on.
You didn't know that was a Jefferson?
He knew.
I wasn't paying attention.
Bro, you about to get your black card revoked by people watching this, man.
Okay.
You just gotta act like you knew.
Yeah, I knew. I was joking.
What did you think, man?
I was just like, okay, this is how we gonna start, and I was like, man, all this stuff just happened, and y'all celebrating for get clothes and books.
I thought like at least a month had passed or something.
Yeah, and when it switched to Atticus, I was just like, okay, at least he's sane. What's going on here?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, something was off about that whole scene. Like, everything was fun. Everybody was happy. They're, jamming. I'm like, dog, something's wrong here. So,
yeah, Uncle George came in there dancing, and I was just like, I love this show. That's when I text you. Like, I had just started watching the episode. I hadn't seen nothing else. I just love the fact that they would open up the show playing the Jeffersons theme music.
Yeah.
Like, that is just something that you just won't see on other shows, and it just felt so us. Like, that's something we would do. Like, yo, get that moving on. We about to open the show up with the Jeffersons theme
I
music.
love how fitting it was, because even though that's a song from a different generation in time, it still fits with that scene.
Yeah.
So the music production crew is doing a good job of, like, placing certain songs with certain scenes without it feeling kind of weird, because of how it's a period piece and everything like that. So I think they're doing a good job.
Or at least restricting themselves in that era.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, it must have been like some kind of something I don't know. That's not the Jeffersons. But yeah.
So we get introduced to William again. This time it's like a proper introduction. What are your thoughts of Williams? I heard a conspiracy that I heard somebody say that actually sounded plausible.
Okay.
But I want to save it for towards the end.
I mean, I still think he was creepy. He got them blue eyes and just looking.
His hair was super slick.
Slick hair and everything, and he's just walking you through the house like nothing's wrong. Like, hey, yeah.
Did you catch the
enjoy the clothes?
Did you catch
the
the
books?
like I'm not the butler, but I'm just a friend of Christina. Like,
it was like who are you? Just tell us flat out.
What's your job here, bro? What do you do?
He's still mysterious. And I don't like it.
Yeah, it was creepy. That was it. I was like, yeah, something's off about this.
And then not too long after that, we find out Atticus is the only one that actually remembers everything that happened.
Yes.
So we get to meet Samuel Braithwaite. They tell us the story of the old Braithwaites and how there's I don't think they told us that there was a woman that got away. We find that out a little bit later. But were y'all starting to put anything together yet? Because I sure as hell wasn't. I think we had the TV too low and we had to put the subtitles on.
Like for what the whole purpose of the
about
town was?
About the house burning down.
Yeah, I mean, it came along pretty well during the episode. The way they I think it's the way that they portrayed the scenes to really just ask us what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because throughout the whole episode, you're like, yo, what the hell is happening?
The whole time I was just thinking, can y'all leave?
Yeah.
Like, can y'all run away?
But I think that's what I liked about the episode. The actors and characters themselves were feeling lost, and you as a viewer were feeling lost as well.
Yes.
How did y'all feel when Atticus is trying to explain to them that they got attacked by monsters and nobody's believing them?
I would feel just like him. Like,
Man.
y'all don't remember that?
They're like, oh, he must have had shell shock from back in the war.
But at the same time, I'm glad that didn't. I thought that was about to be like a show thing, like that's gonna happen the whole show. So I'm glad that was just this episode.
But it did a good job because I was thinking like, wait, did this happen? Like I was questioning myself.
Did it really happen?
That must have been a different show. Because at first I'm like, everybody's monsters. But now I'm thinking it could be in Atticus's head. So they did a good job of making us think that.
Threw you on a loop for a minute.
Yeah.
So they go into the town. We meet this overprotective lady that's guarding this light tower. They hear the whistle. They thought it was coming from her.
That boy ran.
Oh, he
He said, "That's that whistle."
That's that whistle.
And then they get attacked by some more monsters. And then all of a sudden they remember. And then when the monsters went away, they forgot again.
That shit was trippy.
Man.
That was trippy. I was just like, whoa. Like, just to be forget like that. She was just like, "Oh, my clothes." We're like, that.
But we got a real introduction to Christina Braithwaite. So what did you guys think of Christina when you guys met her? Do you trust her?
It's like what Atticus said. I forgot what the direct quote he said. Some more like your actions or something will lead me to trust you or something like that. So throughout the episode, I think I trusted her a little bit because they kind of could relate to each other through the whole father kind of complex and everything like that.
Yeah, because she obviously doesn't get down with what her father's doing, but she wants his approval.
Yeah.
Right.
So I kind of like that aspect of it, but I just want to say I still don't know what that thing gave birth to. And
it's one of her pets. She said they were guard pets for the community.
Yeah, that's her monsters.
Yeah, those are hers. She said that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was still kind of creeped out about it, so I just didn't get that. It was just like the way she ran, like, "Oh, it's coming, it's coming." I'm like, "What is y'all talking about?"
And it was her first time delivering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, interesting character. I want to see more of her to see how this develops. So yeah.
Is there? I hope there is more of her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she. I think when I looked at the credits, she's in all 8 episodes.
Okay, dope. Because she seemed like she was torn, like what you were saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's not necessarily something that she wants to do, but she kind of has to play along with it because of her family dynamic. But I thought that was really cool. Just the whole dog and animal stuff. Like, I was just tripped out the whole time.
Yeah, she was creepy. She was very pretty, but she didn't come off as somebody you could trust.
Not at all.
She was really stylish. I like the outfits that she had on. Every time you seen her, she was dressed to the T.
Shout out to the wardrobe team
Yeah.
on
it
the
was solid.
show.
Yes,
Because
they
even
killed it.
Journey Smollett's outfits was fun.
Man, Samuel Braithwaite. I want one of those outfits that he had on.
Listen,
with
man.
the huge cloak.
I'm not used to seeing him like this. I used to watch the show Scandal, so I know him as Fitz.
Oh, nice.
So seeing him like this was creepy as hell. Okay, the white hair and everything like that, and the role that he was given, he played the hell out this role.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, he was a great evil man.
I'm used to seeing him saying Olivia all the time. Okay, I'm just saying. But shout out to what's his real name? Tony Goldwyn. Yeah, he killed his role.
Nice.
Yeah. So Christina back at the house, she's talking to Atticus. And Atticus basically asked her to just remove the spell, and she did. You hear everybody screaming in the other rooms because they
The
just remembered
realization
Smart
of that,
move.
how they played that,
Yeah.
that was, I couldn't imagine just remembering something like that, haunting and creepy as monsters chasing you.
Yeah.
Like, she did a great job playing that scene though.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he was fighting the whole time. Atticus was like, "Look, give them the memories back. Give that because if he never did that, they probably would never have got that memory back."
But he's sticking to his character, which is what I love.
Oh,
He's
yes,
really
solid.
loyal, man. He's loyal as ever, and I really like that.
Yeah. So then all of a sudden they start dreaming. Well, actually, before that, we saw Uncle George end up in a secret room. He got some information that he needed for later on in the show, which I thought was really dope.
Right.
But we see them start hallucinating because it threw me off because I was just like, okay, so Atticus.
She said Atticus couldn't get out, but all of a sudden you see him in another room.
Right.
Yeah.
So Atticus, but I think she was controlling all of that.
Yeah, but I'm
Oh,
just
she
saying
was.
the way the scene played out, she locked him in a room, and then the next scene you
He's
see
in Journey Smollett.
Out,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So that
Which
kind of
didn't make
flipped
any
you.
sense.
Yeah.
But then you see Atticus fighting the Korean girl, which I know is probably the girl he called and hung up on the first episode.
Which is the same girl that was on Red
yes,
in the beginning
the
of the
girl,
episode.
Jamie Chung, is that her name?
Oh, I didn't put that together.
Yeah, it's the same girl.
It's the same actress. Yeah, Jamie Chung, and she remember he called Korea in the first episode. Remember he made a collect
Wow.
call and she picked up and he didn't say anything. Atticus, is that you? So whoever this is, something bad must have happened because after the dream, he even said to Uncle George, something bad happened. What do you guys think that might be?
Well, she said something like, "You should have never left." So either he let somebody down, let him hanging, I don't know, did something. I don't know. It's something traumatic that got him to the point where he can't even speak to her. So maybe it was a betrayal. Maybe he fell in love with somebody or said to somebody that he was going to do something, or I don't know. He did something to hurt her because the tone of her voice was just like, "You should have never left." So maybe that's what's haunting him. Maybe something happened to someone. Because when he was fighting her, he choked her out.
Oh,
But I'm like,
He didn't want to.
But he didn't want to. So it's just like, she's not dead, but something to get you to envision that, something traumatic happened.
Yeah, absolutely. She could be carrying his baby. You know, that's a possibility as well. But,
Could be.
Yeah.
And so Journey Smollett, she kind of dreamed about Atticus, and then that one picture that they showed of the snake coming out of the guy's
That
joint,
shit was
it
creepy.
came into reality.
Yeah.
That was creepy
That was
as
funny.
hell.
Yeah, she fought like hell though through that scene. And
Yeah.
then, but Uncle George, he apparently had a dream about, I believe that was Atticus's mother, right?
Oh, damn, was it?
That's right.
Because they talked about that, him and his brother. I thought that was just a past love, but
I think that's who it was right there because she said, "Do you remember
because
the twins that we used to have?"
and they were talking, he was just like, it might not be your son.
And he was like, we didn't want to tell you this.
No, but he said
Oh.
we said we weren't gonna talk about that. No more.
Dang.
I didn't even put that together. Oh, damn, that could be possibly.
I did, but I didn't make the connection with the uncle.
Yeah, so he was dancing with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing was, it's like she said it in the Lovecraft County podcast, like he wouldn't give, because he knew he was being watched.
Right.
He wouldn't give the people watching the satisfaction of giving off the vibe he was
Yeah.
willing to cheat on his wife.
Yeah.
And she even said in the podcast, Lovecraft County, that Lovecraft Country, that scene was pretty much about how, like, no matter what we're doing, there's always white people watching, and we can't really have a vulnerable moment in private.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, bro, that's deep.
That's how I felt
Dang.
watching the scene because
Because they're just watching them
they're
go
just
through
watching.
trauma.
Yo.
Like, you see, because when they show the room, Letty is tripping. Atticus is curled up on the ground.
Yeah.
But Uncle George is aware that he's being watched, so he's kind of being like,
He's kind of playing into it.
yeah.
And he looks dead at them. Like he looks at the wall knowing that somebody else is on the other side watching.
Dang.
And that's what makes that scene when they all come together so much more powerful. When Atticus starts to tell his story and he's just like, stop, don't. He was like, don't let them, get you to this weak kind of point. And like what he said, those exact words that he said during that moment, I was just like, you feel like that every day.
Now, he said, you were a good boy.
Yeah.
You're an even better man. Don't let them tell you who you are.
Mhm.
Something
that was
along those
hard.
lines.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a bar.
It was super hard line.
And it was at that moment I knew he was going to die.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm just
Yeah, it
playing
was foreshadowed.
serious.
It was foreshadowed.
The way that he was aware of the whole situation and everything that was happening, I'm just like, I had that feeling last episode, but this whole episode, I was just like, he's not gonna make it.
Damn.
And I felt bad for thinking that, but I was just like, he's not gonna make it.
I thought he was going to make it.
I wanted him to make it.
I think that's the thing. I wanted him to make
Yeah,
it,
he's been my favorite character in
but
this.
the way he was talking and everything like that. But yeah.
Yeah, so then we get to this next dinner that they have to go to.
Right.
Letitia fucking Wright can't go, so I was mad.
Oh, yeah, men's only, right?
And then they go. This is when Uncle George pulls out his trump card, and then Atticus tells all the white folks in the room to leave. But we find out Samuel's just like, look, I don't care about that.
Hold on, but please, they was mad though.
Of course they was mad.
And I love that scene.
Yeah.
Because he had to speak twice for them to actually get out. And they was just so pissed. Just the look on their face.
One of the guys was just like, I'm trying to finish my food. What you talking about?
Yeah.
But I think that scene right there just kind of plays into the idea of like when a person of color has that type of authority,
People don't want to listen.
people don't want to listen. you usually have to speak up twice to prove that you have that authority.
They were all looking at each other like, should we
even do it?
Should we listen?
So when he said it the second time, they were just like, oh, let's just go before we piss him off. That's the kind of motive I got with that, and I thought that meant so many things in so many different ways.
Yeah, it was dope because I guess they realized that he was like the chosen one or something.
He's the bloodline.
Yeah, he's in the
bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they pretty much had to, but it just shows that how hard it was for them to even make that move, even though he is the heir, the blood heir for the.
And then Fitz was just like, "Look, I'm using you. You know, I don't care what you say. I'm here. You might have some kind of ties, but don't think that makes you anything."
Which was important.
Samuel. I just called him Fitz. I'm sorry.
But it was an important scene because I think it kind of helped the story move along because they were like, look, we're aware of what's going on here. Yeah. And it kind of threw off the whole, I guess, the ritual that they were about to do. So in other words, they were going to use him as a tool. Yeah. And I'm glad the uncle kind of figured that out early. Yeah,
Samuel said a really slick line right here about like how don't let it be full. Like you're going to be used for what you're used for. I can't remember what he said.
Yeah. Yep.
But it was a slick line that I was kind of salty about. So I was glad in the next scene we see them trying to escape. Right. They go looking for his father, and his father is crawling out of the ground. And it was funny because Uncle George even mentioned it. Like Montrose's favorite book is so and so he's probably gonna dig himself out of the ground. And he actually ended up doing that. Did. I love the fact that he cursed him out. Like, what you doing here? What the fuck you doing here? That was hilarious, man. Michael Key Williams, he killed that part. Yeah. The argument, they get in the car, and then they hit an invisible wall, which threw me off.
That was crazy.
You didn't see that coming?
I mean, I didn't. I thought there was just going to be a whole bunch of folks with guns.
Bro,
I didn't think.
Listen, this whole time, the episode portrayed it perfectly. We only let y'all in for our convenience. We let y'all feel like y'all were at home. We let y'all feel like y'all were welcome. Yeah. Only because we need to use you. And you think that we're going to let you go that easily? No.
Yeah. Make you feel like you can leave, you know? You're not putting the physical barrier that you can see. It looks like you can leave.
Yeah.
Then you try to leave.
Give you that illusion that you are welcome and that you can go as you please.
Oh, my gosh.
That's so many. It speaks so many volumes, man.
It's deep.
It's deep.
So then Samuel shoots Letitia fucking right. Now I'm mad again, but I'm like, I know damn well she's gonna make it.
I know, but it took the soul out of me. She played the hell out of that part.
The way he just like he didn't even hesitate.
No.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, and which one you want alive? You want your uncle or your dad? Which one? And then whoever he looked at, that's who he shot. I was just like, damn, bro. And then we get to the scene where we see him laying on the bed. We hear the whole conversation about Montrez possibly not being his father and Uncle George possibly being Atticus' father and him wanting him to step up and be more of a father figure to him, which was deep. We also see Christina talking to Atticus, and you can clearly see that she don't agree with what's going on, and she gives him a ring, which we find out would end up sabotaging the whole ritual. Yeah. But the ring pretty much is the only thing that saved Atticus. Did it make you guys trust Christina anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because of her actions. She's proven through her actions that she wants something more. I don't know if it's like I can trust her, but it is telling me that she doesn't want this. She don't want to be part of this lineage.
She wants to, but she was upset because she was like, you get to be in it
because
you're a male.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and she's actually been studying and all of that, even though she don't agree. She can't get in because it's an all boys club.
Yeah, and she's highly capable of doing it, but she has no access.
So Atticus decides to go through with the ceremony because they tell him if he does, they'll cure Uncle George. He sees Letitia actually get up, so he's feeling good about himself. He goes to the ceremony, and this portal starts opening, and he starts seeing his ancestor, who Uncle George talked to him about earlier, about how there was an ancestor that survived the burning house that was part of his ancestry. We see her run and escape. The whole building crumbles.
Oh, she didn't run. She was walking.
Nah, she was jogging.
She took off.
I mean, it wasn't that fast, but when she got to the end, though,
she turned around and looked. My man gets out, and we have a really sad moment. I was just like, damn, Uncle George. Because Michael Key said it, Montrell said it, if we move him, he's going to bleed out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn.
But I want to really pay attention to how that scene was portrayed. with no dialogue. It was all through emotions.
I felt bad when Letitia came up to him.
That's
and
what I'm
looked at him.
saying.
I, was just
really loved the way that they did that because she came up happy that he was alive. But when she gave him that look,
crying,
she gave him that look, and he looked back at her, looked at the car, and looked at her again.
It was
the way that they did that and did that scene. It wasn't through dialogue.
We communicate like that sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was just so powerful to see how that transitioned, because when he got to the car, I wanted to start crying.
Yeah, it was tough.
He was reaching through the window as if he couldn't even open the door.
Yeah.
And it just kind of gripped me, man. He played the hell out of that part,
man.
Everybody in that part had me just like, damn, bro.
And she said on her Twitter, Journey Smollett, that after that scene, everybody was crying.
Really?
She said everybody was just crying. They couldn't stop crying.
Goodness.
She's been live tweeting throughout all this.
Oh,
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's a fan.
Let me check it out.
Because when she died, she was like, "Oh, well, that was a good season, y'all. I'm sorry."
Yeah, right.
Shut up.
She's in all the episodes. I saw the IMDb. Unless they lie.
A lot of people said that too. I saw the IMDb page. Come on now.
I wasn't looking for that. So, after all of this was said and done, there's a couple things to take note of. Christina wasn't seen.
Yes.
So more than likely she was gone.
William
wasn't seen.
I think William left before everything.
The conspiracy that somebody actually posted is that William and Christina are the same person. And they were saying Christina is turning into William, because they were saying if you look at how she's dressing and the way she looks, look at how William dresses and the way he looks. Like he's like the male version of her. They're never in the same scene together. Maybe she's using her sorcery.
And she said he's a boy. That's a friend. Remember when she said that?
Yeah.
He is a boy. That is a friend.
That's a good one. That's probably it right there.
I don't know, but if that is true, that'll be very interesting.
I mean, they both have the blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. It's like I want to trust. I really want to trust her, but I just don't trust her, bro. It's just something about it. I just can't trust her.
Yeah. After this point, does it matter though? If she's a man, if her whole...
Oh, no. I'm just saying, like, Christina overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, maybe she's using that character to send certain messages that she doesn't want to convey. But then again, that doesn't really make sense because she doesn't seem shy.
Yeah.
Only when her dad was around did she seem like she didn't want to.
Now that he's not around.
Yeah.
That's where, like, after the end and, like, the building crashed and everything, I'm like, yo, this is it? Like, I thought
it did kind of feel like, oh shit, is the show over?
Exactly.
Kind of feel like it did feel like that could have been a season finale. Like and I guess that's kudos to the show of how much we've become invested in 2 episodes,
right,
to these characters. So it did kind of feel like, oh, that's a wrap.
That was it.
But that's where I'm like, I don't know where the season's gonna go from here. I'm kind of excited though, because I'm just like, okay, this is about to open up a little bit more than we expected.
Yeah,
you know. I wonder if this is just like we're going back to regular life now. How is the family going to take George being gone now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready. I can't wait to watch it tonight.
The monster dogs? What about the monster dogs?
What about the dogs?
They're still there.
They still there. I mean,
because they bury under the ground and up in the trees and stuff. So I'm pretty sure they're still alive. We'll probably see them again.
Yeah.
So, man, overall, y'all enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed it.
For sure.
At first, I was a little down on it. I'm not even going to front. But once I listened to the podcast and then I watched the episode again, I was just like, man, it was just too much I missed first time watching.
It definitely had a different pace than the first episode.
100%.
It really had that strict, like, I wouldn't say horror, but that mysterious element. This episode. Like, the first episode, we kind of got the, okay, this is what this show is going to be like. Mm-hmm. But the second episode just kind of came and slapped us like, no, y'all ain't ready. So I really like that feeling for the episode and where it's going to go next.
And I like how, like, for me, like, even us talking, like, I feel like a lot of things went over my head, and I got to go back. So it kind of feels like
it's good to listen to the podcast after you watch episodes.
Gotta check it out.
They give a lot of details and like cliff notes of stuff you should read to understand certain things.
It gives me that vibe of like a Get Out, where it's like when you watch the first one, you want to kind of go back and be like, "Dog, did I miss something here?"
Pick up on that, you know? Yeah.
I know this is, homegirl that does the podcast that writes on this show. Mm-hmm. You know what other show she wrote?
What?
Little Fires Everywhere.
Oh, shout out!
I gotta watch this show, man. I gotta watch this show.
So it's the same type of energy, really smart writing, really cool parts put into certain parts, things that'll make you think. she was talking about like in the studio, like in the writing room, she fought about the whole scene about the white people watching them in the rooms. Like she was really protective of the characters the whole time.
Yeah,
I like listening to them talk about it.
Yeah.
Dang, that's amazing. Okay.
But yeah, man, that's our review, our conversation about Lovecraft County, Whitey's on the Moon, episode 2, season 1. Looking forward for the rest of the episodes. Hopefully HBO can possibly hit us up with that pass. I mean, I ain't responding to my email yet.
Here's some time, you know.
Hit us up. Let them know about TRC. All right?
Show.
Let them know.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.